let's see. I start my pour, start off early, kinda. Let's get in there. Oh, that's the alarm. I actually beat my alarm this week. Let's get in there. Oh, that's the alarm. I actually beat my alarm. Perfect. Live stream is working. Let's see. How is everybody doing? Howdy, howdy, howdy. All right, so we're getting it started. So this is a Diet Dr. Pepper. What's up, Jimmy? How you doing this evening? Pouring some Diet. Oh, too much. Lonell, how you doing? What up, Kent? How you doing? Twaski, how you doing? It has been a moment. All right, so tonight I am drinking. I grabbed the wrong bottle. This stuff I actually picked up at a store, and it says it's an American corn whiskey, but I don't know what the hell is in there. But it's got something's weird with it. But it's the bottle I grabbed, and that's what I'm pouring. Good golly. There was more foam in there than I thought when I poured the Dr. Pepper. I'm going to put another splash of Dr. Pepper in there. Yeah. Tom Horseman checking in from the land of grills. D1 Gaming, how you doing? Let's see. What up, Justin? How you doing? Justin in Papa Bear's kitchen. He's out there on the West Coast, so you know it's early for him. Let's see. Barbecue with Neil. Neil, how are you this evening? All right. So, I figured there's been a lot of talk about, YouTube and what's going on with YouTube and everything like that. D-Dub, he said, "What up, Dash and everyone?" So with YouTube and what's going on with YouTube and kind of how YouTube does things and like talking about comments or like adding moderators or even videos and views and like monetization and all of those things, I figured I can offer my subject matter expertise and tell you guys about some of my experiences and hopefully answer questions you might have about how it works. KB, how you doing? John Knapp, what's going on? I tried to use a soda that had a strong taste to counter this weird, like, I don't know what the hell is weird. It's a weird taste in this store-bought moonshine. Like it is, it's weird. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on what the flavor is. But I'm glad this bottle's almost done. I don't know what the hell they put in there, but this is weird. Hello, Phil. How you doing? Need to change my name. My son messed with my phone. Actually, T's Barbecue and Catering. Okay. Well, man, D1 Gaming works. I kind of, know who you are because of the unique channel name. And you can change it. He said, my son messed with it. Well, you got to figure out how to change it. And, that's one of the things that I find is hilarious. People who are on YouTube, the range in technical ability is astounding to me. Because I am a power user when it comes to YouTube and when it comes to the internet and doing a lot of other things, computer or phone or technology related. And then other people are like, I don't even know what that means. So yeah, there are ways to change that, and you can change the channel name. So Once you drink enough of it, you won't even taste it anymore. Nope, Lionel. Nope. I taste it, man. It's like I said. I'm glad I'm almost done with it. I grabbed the wrong bottle. I'm really upset with it. Darnell, how you doing, man? Oh man. Hey, listen, if you haven't already hit that thumbs up button for me, I'd greatly appreciate it if you could. So, first couple minutes, I want to say hi to everybody, see how everybody's doing, check in on everyone, and see what's going on. Anybody have anything crazy or interesting going on coming up? Glad to see you, Darnell. Whiskey, have you tried Three Fingers? Like, read between the line, Three Fingers? That's the only Three Fingers I really, I am like I'm a frequent flyer when it comes to those Three Fingers. But no, I haven't tried Three Fingers. I'm not all that big of a whiskey person. I like more clears than anything. Whiskeys are typically brown, but this is a corn whiskey, which means that it's not aged. Um, but I also tried to learn how to bourbon. I did successfully, learn some stuff about bourbon. So yeah. Going well. Webcam CEO, billionaire actually. You know what? I thought of you. I ordered Indian. Was it yesterday? Was it yesterday? It was yesterday. Um, there's a there's a place near my house. It's called Indian Delight. It's in Catonsville, Maryland, and they, I just, dude, I spent like $150 on food for lunch for us, between myself, my wife, and my sons. Um, because my wife really likes Indian, and I was trying to, treat her to a nice lunch. So I went up there, picked up all of the different, different meals, and she ordered like I told her, I said pick three things off the menu. So she did good. She had a vindaloo, she had a lamb vindaloo, a seafood tandoori maybe. I don't know. Don't get me lying. I could probably dig in my pocket and find my receipt from yesterday, but it was good. I had a seafood curry. Well, it was a shrimp curry. I thought it was pretty good. Neil says all is well here in Ontario. 15 inches of new snow. Jesus, man. Mm. We're supposed to be getting 2 inches tonight into tomorrow. That'll be our fourth or fifth snowstorm in about 2.5, 3 weeks. Justin says, I hope to have lots of YouTube content very soon. My LSG vertical offset will be delivered tomorrow. Nice. Making butter chicken as we speak. Nice, nice, nice. I haven't had butter chicken in a while. There's a food truck that I've gotten food from, and I've talked about it from time to time. Some Muslim brothers, and they're from Pakistan. And I mean, yo, butter chicken. They have like the butter chicken on there is so good. And they have a lamb kebab and steak kebab, and they look at me like I'm crazy when I go, and I'm like, yo, can I get a steak and beef kebab combo? And they're like, well, we're gonna have to charge you, brother, for this and for that. And I'm like, it's okay, man, just charge me whatever, but I want lamb and a steak. So, but yeah, I'm trying to think. Then my youngest son had it was a shrimp something. It was a shrimp meal because my wife got a shrimp meal, the lamb meal, and then a like a meat combo or something like that. And it had like everything. It was like it was like some curry, it was some lamb, some tandoori, some chicken. It was a bunch of stuff. It was a bunch of stuff. D Dub said nothing exciting for me. I haven't smoked anything since the new year, so I'm jonesing. Going to throw a couple of chickens and some loin cut country style ribs on the smoker tomorrow. Well, good luck with that, man. Um, I'm not itching. I'm not jonesing, man. I think excuse me, I've cooked so much and just like so regularly that I'm just like I'm not over it, but yo, it's cold right now. Like I cooked I cooked some burgers actually was the last thing I cooked outside. I'm not even gonna lie and say I haven't cooked anything. But I cooked last it might have been last Monday or Tuesday. I cooked some burgers out on the Blackstone, and that was the last thing I cooked outside. Aside from that, I hadn't cooked anything like outside since I did a small cook the week before Christmas. Excuse me. Oh man, Lauren's gonna be on me. What up, Steven? How you doing? He says, good evening. And good evening, everyone. Oh, KB. Dude, really? Really? I see that number there. Really? So my taste tester number one was on kitchen duty tonight. He was washing dishes. I'm actually upstairs in the bedroom. I don't know if you noticed, I'm alone. I'm alone in the bedroom. Uh, yes, y'all can just figure that part out. Jimmy said bought a vertical smoker today and play with having one built that should be ready this spring. Nice. Oh, playing. Oh, I guess he's playing with having one built. Yeah, man. Shoot. KB, man. Dog, you gotta chill with that. Let me just tell you. So last night, I'm laying down. I'm in bed and I'm like falling asleep. And it's just after 11 o'clock. And I'm like starting to fall asleep. My wife comes in the bedroom and she's like, the washing machine is leaking. And I'm like, what? She's like, the washing machine is leaking. So I'm like half asleep. I walk to upstairs. We have an upstairs kitchen. We have a downstairs kitchen, right? Our house was separated into two apartments at one point, and we kept the upstairs kitchen. But anyway, excuse me. um, the kitchen, we kept the cabinets, we kept the apartment style stove, we kept the refrigerator. We took out the dining room table, or like what they had as a dining room table in there. We put a like a curio, not a curio, like a wardrobe type thing, and the washer and dryer. So we have the washer and dryer upstairs. Well, yeah, yeah. The hose on the hot water side of the dryer came off of it, it burst off of the barb fitting. So there's water all over everywhere upstairs in the kitchen, which is then dripping downstairs into the kitchen on the main floor. And that's how it was discovered that there was a leak. Because Tesla number two was downstairs and he saw water dripping from the ceiling. Alerted my wife. My wife got me. I'm just like, this is my life. So dealt with that leak in the upstairs kitchen from like 11:30 ish until like, but I didn't actually lay down and go to sleep until about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, because I was trying to make sure the washing machine was still working and washing some of the things that we used to clean up a lot of the mess. You know, we every clean towel that was in that little curio thing, wardrobe thing, went on the floor. And then luckily there were some dirty clothes in there that were about to be washed, like they were all gathered in there, so they sopped up a lot of the water as well. But I mean, it still was, the water dripped down through the ceiling onto or into the downstairs kitchen, and it was an absolute mess. I'm just glad that I was able to, you know, when my father-in-law and I set up the washer and dryer upstairs, I set up a shut off, like a you know, a shut off for the hot and cold, specifically to the washing machine. So I was able to turn the water off, but not before there was a good amount of water that I already spilled. Anyway, uh, no, Neil, I'm not in the doghouse. I'm just not in a doghouse. Just all by myself. Um, so D1 Gaming used to smoked a few chickens for my buddy's wife's birthday on Sunday. That's what's up. Mm. KB, man, keep the count going, because I am tired. I'm not even going to lie and say I'm not tired. I am tired. Like I said, I was up last night dealing with a flooded kitchen. Oh, a flooded upstairs kitchen that flooded the downstairs kitchen. Yeah. So it was luckily enough, my wife and I sprung into action upstairs, and we cleaned up down upstairs, and then taste testing number 2 and 3 cleaned up downstairs for the most part. And then my wife was like, oh, when she went down there to see what they had done or hadn't done, she ended up cleaning up down there some more too. But it was just a long night. Um, so, but I mean, it's all in all, it is what it is. All right, so let's talk about some behind the scenes stuff on YouTube. So there are a few of you guys who actually post videos and you know, do videos on YouTube. But do you guys have any questions about how posting videos on YouTube works, or how, you know, something happens, or, you know, just like the inner workings, the how the hot dogs are made on how to produce and put up a YouTube video? I figured I've been talking to, well, how many of you guys have seen the baby back maniac Justin, his video where he's talking about how, you know, just posting on YouTube is gotten draining, you know? And he talked about going through like a little bit of burnout, and those of you guys who have been around my channel for a while know I've talked about it. I won't say ad nauseum, but I've talked about it before, where I know for sure I was burnt out because, you know, me posting 2 videos a week, doing a live stream, and then, you know, answering comments and just like all the things I was doing, and I did it for like 2.5, like 3 years straight. I was done. Like, I was ready to stop. Like, I couldn't find anything, and I was not having a good time. It wasn't fun, you know? And Justin has gotten to that point as well. And YouTube can also be kind of toxic as far as the comments and the negativity in the comments and things like that. Now, don't get me wrong, the comments can be a very positive place, but there are also there can be, and there is lots of negativity in the comments on YouTube as well. But he got to talking about that, and it just kind of opened up. A lot of some folks had questions for me, and I'm like, well, why don't we just talk about it? So Victor, speaking of somebody who had questions for me, Victor was one of the people who had questions. Blind man cooking, I'm waving to you. How you doing? My YouTube says I have your YouTube Premium. How does that work with you getting revenue when I watch your videos? So I can look at my analytics on my videos, and I can see how many people are watching. So let me just go to my analytics right now, right? So I'll go to analytics, and I can go to my estimated revenue for the past 28 days, because there's usually a rolling 28 days is the default, right? And then I can go to see more, and it gives me a breakdown. So revenue source, all right? Okay. So my estimated ad revenue is 93%, 93.5%. Your transaction revenue is 3.9%, and the YouTube Premium revenue is 2.6%. Now, what that means is, of the revenue that I made, right? What they have me my estimated revenue. I'm not gonna say I made it because I haven't yet. So, of this estimated revenue, a lot of it is people who don't have the YouTube Premium subscription. They are the ones that are taxed more or less, or are because they're shown the ads. Those ads that are shown, there's fees that the advertisers pay, and that's what YouTube gets paid. So the people who are not subscribed, the people who are not the premium YouTube content, premium members, okay, they're the ones that are basically paying for what it is I'm doing. So if you have a premium membership, your premium membership, it like your whatever your membership is, your amount of money that you throw into the pot, it gets divvied up between everything you watch for that particular 28 days. So that amount of money that you put into the pot, you throw into the pot, it gets divvied up by whatever it is you watch. So, I mean, as a content creator, I feel like I want to avoid having to watch ads, and I'm putting money back into YouTube, if you will, by not watching the ads and paying for a subscription. Now, my premium subscription is probably more than yours because I don't just have like a single like account. I have the premium subscription where I pay for all of my family to not have to watch ads on YouTube. So basically, 93%, 93.5%, the transaction revenue. The transaction revenue in this case is like people who drop $5 here or $10 here in the super chats, or four super chats and things like that. And then the premium revenue is going to be the people who pay YouTube to not watch ads. Their views or their dollars are divvied up depending on their views. I think that's how that works. Steven says he saw Justin's video. All right, D1 Gaming says, I feel your pain. I had 3 water leaks in my son's bedroom in the last 6 months. Jeez. What up, John? From 4J's Barbecue. Lloyd is everywhere. No problem. Yeah, Jimmy, it is what it is. Victor says, yes, good subject. Nice. Ash, hello. I'm sorry. Jeff Singleton, he was trying to say Dash and he put Ash. All right, I'm like, hey, all right. My YouTube, trust me, I only give folks pennies too because I watch a lot of YouTube. Look, I've gotten it. I'm telling you, if you don't already, the cheat code to watch more YouTube in the same amount of time is to watch things at a faster speed. I started watching, well, there was one guy in particular. He talks so slow that it drove me crazy. So what I ended up doing was turning up, and if you go to like the video, if you go to the sprocket, anyway, for the settings, if you go into the speed, you can turn the speed up. I have gotten to the point where I watch almost everything at 1.75 times normal speed because like people just talk too slow, and I speed everything up, everything. And then if it's something that's like, dude, I watched this guy that he's got an excavating company, and a lot of times when I watch his videos, I turn his stuff up to 2 times because he's not talking, and even if he does talk, he's just saying something real quick, and I just turn it up, and yo, I'm good. Luke Calamadas, he said, hey, yo, what's going on, Dashing Crew? It wouldn't be a Wednesday without the live stream. Sure enough, yes. Quentin, was it not you who asked me about cooking chicken in the Italian dressing, the Olive Garden Italian dressing? He says, great, I'm finally here for a live. Hey, yo, Dashing fam, what's up? Our Lord is Lording again? Nah. Well, let me see. I don't see any dislikes. I mean, it just seems like, I don't know. Stuff is going on. Friggin', I had a leak in my upstairs kitchen. I know I watch everything at least 1.5, if 2. I watch Something Normal now. I think they're drunk. Dude, I'm telling you, when I open up a new window on my computer or a new tab, and if it doesn't automatically take the settings from the last video, and it starts talking, I completely understand because I'm so used to watching everything so fast that when I like see people talking real speed. I'm like, oh my gosh, like to the point where I know the keyboard shortcuts to speed people up and slow people down. And like when I'm watching on my laptop or at work on a computer, the arrow to go forward to speed through, or the left arrow to go back, and then I will do the shift and the left caret to slow things back down. Like if I miss something, one of the things I have a problem with is people who speak English as a second language, and they have a thick accent. I can't always get what they're saying right away, especially when I have it sped up. So there's that. Um, KB says my assistant manager talks too slow. I wish I could speed him up. Oh goodness, I know that. I know, oof, that like in person, and you just like get to the point, wrap it up. Yeah, Spacely Sprockets and Cogswell Cogs, man. All right, Quentin. So I made some. I had some chicken thighs, and I think it was Victor. It was Victor. He was on the phone with me. He called me, and I was trying to tell him. I said that I'm in the middle of making dinner, and he was like, "Oh, what are you cooking for dinner?" And I'm like, "I have these chicken thighs, and I have the Italian dressing here, the Olive Garden Italian dressing." I said, one of my subscribers has been on me to cook some daggone Italian dressing and some chicken. I said, so I'm gonna do it. So basically, I poured probably more than 3/4 of the bottle out with the chicken, and just put the chicken into a pan and sauteed it, like, well, not sauteed it, but just like cooked it in all those juices. Yo, the chicken thighs let off a lot of fat and juices. So the Italian dressing was a little bit diluted. I ended up having to add some salt, some pepper, and then some garlic to help boost and bring that flavor back out from the fat from the chicken thighs that diluted the the flavor. Um, but other than that, it was pretty good. I just made some yellow rice and that chicken because I was being lazy, and the kids loved it. They were like, "Man, Daddy, that was great. We should do that again." So I might. Quentin says, "Tell me something good." Lionel says, "Yo, I see what it means. Why you don't even taste your corn lick." No, I taste it still. I'm just not complaining about it. Captain Newbie, what's up, Russ? Trust me, I still don't like the taste. That might be me speaking English as a second language. Nah, yeah, right, Steven. you speak plenty good English, man. You just speak your English with an accent, and there's nothing wrong with that, man. But there's other people. No, I mean they they just, yeah, they mess it up. They mess it up. It's so funny when Jacqueline, whatever, she said, "Oh, it's so tasty." Every time she said, "And it was so tasty." Crack up every single time, Stephen. Every time. Every time. So if you don't know, Stephen, he's got something unique going on. He has the like a POV of whatever it is he's cooking, right? He shows you onto the plate, him cutting things up, him slicing, him cooking, and then like the mixing and the like the preparation to be eaten. But he doesn't like break to or show him necessarily eating whatever it is or anything like that. But he will show like the pretty plate, and then once he does a lot of narration on what's going on and what's happening in his videos. And his daughter helps too. So Jacqueline, hence the reason cooking with Stephen and Jacqueline. So Jacqueline helps too, and in almost every single one of the videos, at the end, she talks about how tasty. So I could just see her face and it's so tasty. So I just crack up every time, every time, every time. Quentin says next time marinate them overnight in a dressing. Dude, Quentin, you must not know. I figure out what I'm going to cook for dinner by opening up the refrigerator. I do not have the wherewithal and the forethought to cook and like marinate something ahead of time, but I'll just try. Before cooking, I wash dressing off and just add pepper and a little salt, and you got bomb. All right, bomb.com. Nice. I just wish YouTube could block all haters and videos. You know what, Neil? I'm not a believer in that. You know why? Because the hate. You need haters too. Cat Williams said it best. Your mission is to get haters. Once you made it when you have haters. All right. So yeah. Hey, hit that thumbs up button for me if you haven't already. I'd greatly appreciate it. Let's see. Victor says the Italian dressing works great when grilling. Chicken breast works great. Helps keep them from drying out. Agreed. Agreed. So the one thing about that marinade is the vinegar. And we talked about brining and curing and marinades and things like that. So with that particular aspect, the marinade aspect is a high amount of vinegar. So it is a pretty decent marinade. But of course, I didn't marinate it. Uh, let's see. Quentin says, "I hear you, bro. I hear you. Started buying frozen meat, so it's becoming a routine for me to plan ahead." Man, I don't even plan ahead when I'm using frozen meat. Look. I'm gonna take a pound of ground beef out, and I will thaw it in the pan, like thaw the underside, flip it over, thaw the top side, flip it over, thaw the top side, flip it over, thaw the. Man, I don't, when it comes to plant, like I could go to the market every single day and not have a problem with it. I want to go to the market every single day because I cannot plan ahead of time what I want to eat because I'm like, I want something to jump out at me every single day. Like, I have zero problem going to the market and picking up a meal, one meal, and cooking one meal, and then going back to the market the next day. Like, no problem. I'll go into the market. I used to go into the market when I picked up my kids from school, and we're like, all right, come on, let's go. We're going to go over to the Giant. And it would be one of those, it would be an episode of Chopped, when they put the stuff into a basket and you just figure out what you're going to cook. That was me almost every single day. And it would be, I would go and try to find like some discount meat or something on sale, and then boom, that would be what my base of the meal would be. And it would be like, all right, and tonight I found some steak. All right, I found some chicken. I got some wings, or I have some leg quarters, or something. But I never went into the market. I usually would say, "All right, kids, what do you guys want for dinner?" And they would be like, "Oh, we want pizza." All right, well, I can make a skillet pizza for you guys. You guys cool with that? They're like, "Yeah, sure." So made skillet pizzas a couple times. Like there's times where I would get all the ingredients to make like a shepherd's pie and stuff like that. I mean, there's so many different options, but I hate, like, I don't know, like as much food as we have in the house and we freeze because my wife does butcher box. Like I can look at that and be like, like I don't think about dinner until I'm about to make dinner, if that makes sense. So my wife has more forethought and she'll take stuff out to thaw out and everything like that. I'm like, I don't want to wait for this sausage to thaw. I don't want to wait for this, hamburger meat to thaw. I'm gonna go get another pound of hamburger meat right now. I'll be back. She'll just be mad. Victor, that's for sure. I use this for our Thanksgiving turkey when we smoke an egg, and it's number one staple for the family. Nice. He said, "Oh man, a butcher box did you wrong. How's that?" D1 Gaming says, "I have a friend that uses a tiny dressing or chicken." I'm not even gonna put that out there. I'm just gonna let it be. My mom used to use Italian dressing on chicken when she cooked for us. My brother and I, when we were kids, it was one of those things where my mom used to fry chicken like every Sunday religiously, and then she got to the point where she was trying to be healthier, I guess, and she stopped frying chicken, and she would like bake chicken in the Italian dressing. So, oh nah, man. Well, I don't know. I haven't had any problems with it. So let's see. Victor says my favorite way to grill salmon is with Italian dressing. So good and fast. I grill salmon no more than 10 minutes, normally about 6 minutes, depending on how thick it is. Quentin says I use the service, but man, too many packages came ripped up. Huh. And the freezer burnt meat. Man, I'm sorry to hear that, Quentin. We've been using ButcherBox. My wife got ButcherBox like early on. And like it comes in handy because it stops us from buying meat in the market. Well, I say it stops us. It stops her from buying meat in the market. I still buy meat in the market. If I see something on sale or something discounted, I'm like, whoop, I'll snatch it up. And then every now and again, she will go to the market. Like for New Year's, she saw 3-bone rib roast, and she said, "Hey, there's a piece of meat over at Giant that has our name on it." And I'm like, "Okay, well, what is it?" She's like, "It's one of the rib roast things." And I'm like, "Okay, I'll be back." So I went over there like later that day and picked it up, and it was a great deal because it was like $6.99 a pound, $5.99, $6.99 a pound for rib roast, like, and it was a 3-bone, like a healthy 3-bone rib roast. I snatched it up and cooked it up for New Year's Day, and it was great. It was great, so good. I really feel like it was one of those pieces of meat that I want to cook more often, but it's such a big piece of meat that I can't cook it all the time. But Quentin, I'm sorry to hear that you had a bad experience with them. You can call them, and their customer service is pretty damn good. And you complain a little bit, and tell them, hey, my stuff turned out this or that, and they'll probably hook you up. But we've been using ButcherBox for like 2 years now, maybe even more. Actually, shoot, it's been more because we had it prior to the start of the pandemic. Because with people not being able to find food, they were limiting new people to get into the ButcherBox program because they didn't want to throw off all the people who were already in it. Steven said, I once had a person told me toasted burger bun too dark. It was burnt, but my response was, God bless you. She replied, looking for an argument. I told her, have a great week, and never saw her again. Well, one good thing about burning toast or burning bread, you can always scrape off the burnt part. You can't scrape off the burnt part on chicken or like some steak or like a protein, but you can scrape off the burnt part or the overdone or the blackened part on some bread. If you toast some bread and it's a little too toasty, you can scrape off and you can just keep the amount of toastiness that you would like. So that's a cheat code when it comes to bread. Quentin said I just wanted to go get fresh veggie from the market and use the butcher box meat to pair it with. But 4 months straight, we had ripped packages of meat that leaked in the fridge while unthawing. Now, Quentin, I'm not going to lie. There are the packages, they do leak. But that's just, I think that's just a matter of the packaging. And I mean, the packaging that I get from the market will leak. I have a small Cambro tray, like one of those lunch trays that we keep in the refrigerator, and raw meat goes on that tray. So any mess or anything like that is contained because we've had enough stuff drip in our refrigerator. So that's not even something that I won't say ding them with, but that's just in the processing. So the packages aren't ripped. They just, they might have a pinhole, especially meat with bones in it. You're like almost always gonna have holes in it and it'll leak. That's just a fact of the matter. Jimmy said I would see a brisket half priced. Now and then I asked why one day. The butcher said a cryovac package was broken. I've been afraid to buy one. Nope. So Jimmy, if I actually seek out those broken cryovac packages, the giant the market near my house, I saw a rib roast in there, and they had the cryovac was broken, and I would have taken it home and cooked it like immediately. But the lady in the market was like, "No, we can't sell that. We throw it. We mark it damaged, and they chuck it up as a loss." I'm like, "Damn, I would love to have had it." But when I go to the Restaurant Depot will give you like 25 to 40% off. I think it's 25% maybe max on certain meats, but they'll give you a percentage off. And if I do purchase a brisket or usually it's a brisket or beef that I would like beef ribs and brisket are the two things that I would probably buy with a broken cryovac, only because if I'm going to be cooking, or only if I'm going to be cooking it for myself. I don't cook those discount meats, for customers, only because I've gotten burnt before where I've gotten some ribs. The ribs were one thing that I was like, oh man, these ribs are, they on sale. Yo, I opened up the cryovac and those ribs smelled so bad. And it's just one of those things where then, and most places, most companies will be like, okay, no problem, we'll give you a refund for whatever it is. So what ended up happening was I bought some ribs that were like the cryovac was messed up, and I cooked them a day later, maybe two. And when I cooked them, I opened them out of the pack. And when you smell bad pork, like bad raw pork, you know what it smells like. And I'm like, well, let me just rinse these things off really good and like season them up, and maybe it's that, like maybe it's all the juices in the package, right? Man, after I cooked these ribs, I chucked these ribs in the woods behind my house because I was like, man, they still smelled like raw, like it was they smelled off, and I'm like, nope, not doing anything with those. So yeah, I couldn't sell those ribs. So I was like, man, that's freaking $35, $40 down the drain. So when I went back to the restaurant depot, the lady who is at the door, the receptionist, or the gatekeeper, the one who's checking the cards, I told her, I said, hey, I bought these ribs and they were bad. She said, well, did you bring them back? And I'm like, no, I didn't bring them back. I just threw it away. She said, well, if you next time bring them back, she's like, we will give you a credit for the price. And I'm like, well, damn, now I know. So anytime I have anything that's bad or I'm questionable, I always take it back, and they're great. Quint says we got refunded the meat that was ripped. Had great customer service from them, but dang, whoever processed the meat package is killing the profits, I think. Quentin, I think you are the minority. Most people don't complain about it. That's just the way. That's just the way it is. Nothing else to tell you can't. So you can't scrape off the burnt part of my sister's toasters. Toast. Could be used for road tar. D1 Gaming, the Italian dressing is good on a sub or salad. I'm gonna try it on chicken. Yeah. What up, Rick? He says hello, 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 hello. Down to try if the person preparing it can cook. Yeah, man. He said his friend couldn't. That's right. I said I wasn't gonna read it out loud. All right. So look, what other questions do you guys have about some behind the scenes questions about YouTube? Because it's one of those things where YouTube kind of happens, and people don't talk about the inner workings of YouTube from time to time, because I feel like there are times when I'm like, damn it, man, I wish somebody would just tell me. Like, I've done a pretty good job from time to time on telling you guys about how my channel is performing, and then there are other times where I'm like, well, I don't feel like it. Lou says, fun fact with Costco, they take back 99% of everything. Yeah, they do, just about. You don't even have to have a receipt. But, like, as much as people love Costco, I don't like Costco. Because Sam's is so much better than Costco. And it's not that Sam's is better or has a better, like, variety or, like, things at Costco. Sam's does the scan and go. So I can walk into Sam's, use the app, scan my food, scan whatever it is I'm purchasing, pay for it through the app, and use that to be like, as opposed to getting a physical receipt, use that digital receipt to then walk out the door. I could be in and out of Sam's in less time than it takes me to get to Sam's and back home. Mr. Richard, how you doing this evening? I was thinking about you earlier today. I said, I haven't heard from him since the new year. I know you were talking about wanting some things cooked for you, and I was going to be gone. So Lou says people have taken back Christmas trees in March, and they've gotten their money back. Now, I'm not going to abuse the situation at Costco, but there are people out there, man, that want to abuse the system. Quentin says, do you place the ads in the videos or does YouTube place them in specific spots? So very good question. A little bit of both, Quentin. So I can manually put the ads in the videos, but YouTube is really good about putting the ads in the videos for me. As long as the video is long enough in duration, YouTube says, okay, any video that's longer than 8 minutes in duration, we can put at least one ad in. But the caveat is there has to be a natural pause. So like if y'all know me, if I get talking, I'm gonna be going off on a rant, going off on a tangent, and there ain't no stopping me. But there are times when I kind of have to take a breath too. Or I might be switching from one place to another place, and it's like, all right, now I'm going to go ahead in the house and get this taken care of. I'll see y'all in a bit. And that might be where there's an ad because YouTube detects a 1 or 2 second pause or break, and they will put the ad in the video. Now, I can, so let's say I have a video that's longer than, I think it's 11 minutes now, or whatever. I can say at 6 minutes in the middle of my sentence, put in an ad, or and then at 12 minutes in the middle of my sentence, put in an ad. So I can force it as well, but that's just extra work for me. But there are a lot of people who do that to increase their revenue. I'm just not, yeah. Blind Man Cooking says, do you plan your videos far in advance? Hell no, man. I don't even plan what's going to be for dinner for the most part. I might plan the fact that I have a leg of lamb in the freezer, and I'm like, all right, well, I need to cook lunch tomorrow. I might take this leg of lamb out tonight, and then I might cook it tomorrow. But then it'll be kind of up to how I feel and what's going on around me as to if I'm going to actually do a video or not. And that's usually how or what ends up happening. So what has been happening around my house as of late is because of the fact that been working from home, like lots of people, one of the things or one of the days I work from home, I won't say religiously, but every single week is typically Tuesdays. So Tuesday is a good day for me to cook something outside on the grill or cook something on the smoker. And excuse me, I can try and film it. And then when I film it on Tuesday, I can try to edit it on Wednesday, and then I can try to have it done for Wednesday. And then when I have it edited for Wednesday, it can go up on Thursday. But when I haven't been cooking, that just doesn't work out. Quentin says, I have YouTube Premium, so I don't see ads, but I always wondered about the ad placement. Yep. So I can, like I said, there's some people that will be like, okay, they will exploit the fact that they want to have a video that is 11 minutes and 30 seconds long, and then they will force two ads on the video because that doubles their chances for revenue. It doesn't necessarily double their revenue, but it doubles their chances for revenue. And with doubling their chances, the real talk is they probably are getting a higher revenue. Grumpus says, hey, Dash and everybody. Yes, Neil, can I get monetized when you only have a channel? Or do you have to use all of your videos to come up with the proper watch time hours? Wait, let me read that again. Neil says, can you get monetized when only one channel? Or do they use all of your videos to come up with the proper watch time? So every channel stands alone. So I have my channel now where I have 26,932 subscribers. Okay. And my watch time. So let's go to analytics here. My watch time in hours last month was 2,500 hours, which is 1,800 hours less than normal. Right. And that's just because I've been putting out less content. So I put out less content, excuse me, there's going to be less views. But if I were to start another channel, that other channel stands alone and it has to get its 1,000 hours and, 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. Every single channel that you do is separate. They don't piggyback off of each other, if I'm understanding your question. Grumpus, how you doing this evening? That scan and go is next level. They did that. I was like, bye, Felicia, to Costco. Dude, I'm telling you, I go into Costco and I get angry angry because I'm like, why am I still waiting in line? Costco has the ability to do this, and they're like, they just won't. You and Costco's website sucks. Costco's app sucks. The only like going into Costco, like oh, you know, it irks me to no end, and I know it is intentional, but it drives me absolutely nuts. If I walk into the store, I want to be able to look at the freaking headings of the aisle so I know where it is I need to go. I'm not trying to walk aimlessly around this goddamn store because I need to get in and I need to get out. I'm not trying to meander around the store. And I know that's what the people in you know the higher ups in Costco want, but it irks me to no end that I can't go into Costco, get what I need, and get out of Costco. I'm always having to deal with those people who are meandering, and it drives me absolutely up a wall. Like the abs. Oh, dog. I used to go into Costco during my lunch break, right? And the Costco that I went into was the one in DC, and the one in DC sold liquor. So I was always going into that one with a purpose, right? I was always going in, buying a bottle or two, and in and out. Yo, around the holiday, before the holidays, like Thanksgiving, it was the absolute worst. Absolute worst. Like I couldn't get in and get right back out. Like the lines were ridiculous. During the height of the pandemic, the lines in Costco were ridiculous. And I'm like, yo, all I'm gonna do is buy my bottle of liquor. Why can't I just do this on the app, dog? Like, I'll let you check my receipt on the way out. Like, why can't I just get this done? Then they have at least the one in DC. The one at Owens Mills does have self checkout too. Self checkout. The self checkout in DC is stupid to me. They have two or three uh, cashiers and two or three self checkouts, and the cashiers are standing there and scanning the stuff for you. And you're like, what's the point of it being a self checkout if you're gonna stand here and like you could have been on one of the other registers to alleviate that long line over there. Like, why are you over here with me? But obviously, they're trying to make sure that the people don't steal stuff because obviously you don't trust me to put everything in in my little scanning area, or you wouldn't be standing here watching me like a hawk scanning my stuff pretty much with me. I'm like, this doesn't make sense. But again, that's Costco. Playing is more within half. Yeah, dude. Uh, Grubber said a plan is one more thing I have to remember. Sure enough, D1 Gaming says my wife and son try to get me to post my cooks on YouTube. It seems very time consuming. It really is. Working my full time job and cooking for my customers in my spare time. I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. It is. It really is. The one good thing about my job is I tell people I'm like the Maytag repairman, where I only have to do something if something breaks or something happens. My manager, he summed it up better. He's like, we're like firemen. He's like, we have to be. So when I'm working, I'm sitting at my computer all day long. And like my wife doesn't get it, my kids don't get it. They're like, "Oh, daddy, all you do is sit on YouTube all day." No, I don't. The whole thing is, if someone hits me with a message or if an email goes off, I have to react to that email. And I have a time limit on how fast I have to respond to messages. Most messages, I have a 15-minute window to respond. So if I don't respond in 15 minutes, man, the stuff starts rolling downhill quick, fast, and in a hurry. So, when they see me sitting, idle on YouTube or idle editing a video, it's not because I'm not doing anything. It's just that nothing has fallen into my lap at the moment. So not everybody's job affords them that ability to sit and be able to do that. D-Dub says, so does it matter if you skip the ad or not? It does. D-Dub, if you watch the ad in its entirety, the creator will get more money. Because the whole thing is the advertisers will pay based on how much of that ad you watched. Maceo, what's going on, man? How you doing? Oh, no. So, Neil, yes. all of the videos combined on your channel go into your decision, or the decision to monetize your channel. So if you have, and you know, it's crazy because when I got monetized such a long time ago, and the reason I got monetized is because I had a high number of views on a particular video. So the model has changed from how it used to be to how it is now. Because what it used to be is, it was like you had to have a certain amount. Now, and actually, I think it might have been like an average amount of views per whatever. But I had a video that went kind of viral, and I happened to luck up, and I monetized my channel while that video was hot. And that's how I got my monetization. Like, I won't say I didn't deserve, because I deserved it, but I didn't have nearly as many subscribers as a lot of you guys do now, or have to have now. But this one video of a live performance I went to went viral on my channel, and that was how I was able to monetize my channel, and I just rode the wave ever since. How many videos can you have in the bag waiting to post? As many as you want. So those of you guys who obviously watch the videos for the Ask Dash series, I had all of those videos done like by the 19th. I think I was finished filming all those videos by, it was either the 15th or the 19th. I can't remember what the date was. And then I just edited all of the videos and then like posted them to my channel, but left them unlisted. And then as I would, like every day, I would set a video to go live. And then I set some of them to go live automatically while I was on the cruise ship, because I wouldn't have access. I didn't have access to the internet. And so yeah, like I can put up a video today and set it to go live in 10 years. There are people who have done that, where they're like, this video is to my future self. The video will go live in 5 years, and you just kind of forget about it because it gets lost in the sauce, like it really does. That separate channel thing is BS, because if you step out of line with one channel and get banned, will ban the other channels tied to you. Now, I did not know that. My YouTube, did not know that. Costco out here, so checkouts move faster than cashiers. Dog, man, I'll take your word for it, but the self checkout does not move faster than the than the Sam's Scan and Go. So there's that. So that YouTube suggests some folks add a new channel in addition to what they already had, so YouTube doesn't have to pay for some videos. Nah, Victor, it's not even that. The whole thing is, like me, I have a barbecue channel, okay? But I talked to you guys about me and my affinity for pew pews, okay? I don't think that me posting my pew pew content on my barbecue channel will be 100%. Now, are there lots of you guys who are into, pistols and rifles and things like that? Yeah. But not everybody is. So not to put off people who aren't into those things, you just create a whole new channel, and then the subject matter on that channel is different from the subject matter on this channel, and you can have two different audiences and crossover. So there's that. I don't think it's one of those things where YouTube is actually saying or wanting you to create a second channel so they won't have to pay you. It's a it's an algorithmic decision, if you will. Not sure if it's the kind of question you're looking for. Is there a better day or time to post videos? In my opinion, I have done and seen better interaction with videos that get posted during the week. But that's just me. I am sitting at my computer all day long. I watch more YouTube during the day when I'm sitting at my computer while I work. Now, there's a lot of other people who don't watch YouTube during the day at work, right? There's some people that only watch videos on Saturdays. There's some people who only watch YouTube on Sundays. And they post during those times or at those times. But there are a few people who I have told, I'm like, yo, stop posting your videos on the weekend. Like, you'll probably get more views if you post that video on like a Friday or on a Thursday or on one evening, during the week. And to me, I've always posted during the week. Whenever I post a video on a Saturday or a Sunday, the views are horrible compared to when I post a video during the week. So to me, like Monday through Friday, best times to post videos. Does YouTube Live pay? It does. I get so the live streams work out as video views, just like if I were posting a regular video. And then one of the other things too, down in the bottom right, I guess you can that dollar sign you can donate. That money goes towards towards my revenue for the month. I have YouTube sent any viewers any viewer awards yet? No. No, I am nowhere near anywhere near receiving any sort of viewer awards. I'm at 26,000 subscribers. The lowest milestone that you receive a plaque from YouTube, some sort of recognition, is 100. You have to surpass 100,000 subscribers. I do try to watch the ads to help the channel. However, there are really some really bad ads. I mean, really bad. So sometimes it's a race to kill the ad. Victor, I completely understand that, man. Completely. D-Dub says I'm at IT too, and other projects I am read and react to. Although my response time is around an hour, and most times the users figure out what their problem is or what the problem was, and they really didn't have one. Yeah, man, dude, I wish. Um, it what I do is it's pretty mission critical most of the time. Um, if there's a problem, typically, let's put it this way: the government can lose money, and that's why the government doesn't like losing money. So they're like, can you help us fix this problem so we don't lose any money? So that's why I have such a fast or a tighter, much tighter response time. Sean, what up? What up? Better late than never. But never late is better. Yeah, well, we can't win them all. Uh, D1 Gaming says I oversee construction crews for the water department in a major city. I sometimes work 6, 7 days a week and countless hours, but I still find the time to keep my customers happy. And that's what's important, man, because you know, as long as you can keep your customers coming back, that's all it is, man. Gotta catch a replay for all the Dash's tips on this. I got a whopping 21 subs. Dude, Sean, I'm telling you, patience. Patience. We didn't talk very much about but do you have questions? Because so let me ask Sean, what is something you would like to know how to do for your budding YouTube channel? Russ said I spend more time on YouTube than work. Oh, I know I do. And you like the what's crazy? My manager sends me links all day long to watch stuff on YouTube. We go back and forth, and he's sending me like late night links and freaking show tunes. He's big in the Broadway show tunes, and like today he was sending me some stuff about the person who wrote Rent. I don't care about that, man. I'm not big into musicals, and like I don't care. Like show me some gun stuff, show me some car stuff, show me some cooking stuff every now and again. Like some bloopers, somebody falling and hurting themselves. Yo, yeah, I'm with it. Uh my YouTube says the all the government does is lose money. Yeah, I think posting early in the week is a good idea. When I finally get going, I want my channel to post on Tuesdays. That way, folks can try out the cook or whatever is being shown on the weekend. Agreed. So I don't know why I settled on Tuesday and Thursday. Probably because it gave me time to cook something on the weekend, edit the video on Monday, post the video on Tuesday. Cook something on Tuesday, edit the video Wednesday, post something on Thursday. So it wasn't necessarily a decision on when someone was going to be watching it. It was more of a decision on when I could edit the video prior to the video going live. Because I could edit the video, like I could cook on a Saturday or Sunday, and I could edit the video all week long and then post the video on a Saturday or Sunday. But there are also, excuse me, there are also people who cook, do what they're gonna do, and they edit the video and then they post the video whenever. Um, my prime example, Alton. Alton didn't have a schedule. Ricer doesn't have a schedule. But I prided myself to be able to say, hey, today is Thursday. It's Tuesday. You should know that a video of mine is up. Justin said, for new channels, do you suggest a bunch of shorter videos or a few longer videos to gain subscribers? Justin, that's one of those things where you're going to have to figure out what works best for you. I can't tell you what's going to work to gain your subscribers, because I could tell you, oh, you're going to need a video that's this long, and that's not going to work. You know why? Because if you aren't engaging and you aren't holding my attention, it doesn't matter if I tell you to make a 5-minute video or a 13-minute video. You have to engage your audience, and engaging your audience is what's going to keep people watching and going to get people to subscribe. Russ said, but I threw horseshoes on Tuesday in warmer weather. Yep. But I throw horseshoes. And that's the whole thing, Russ. My video schedule was because of how I could edit the videos. And that was it. Sean says, honestly, I have a newfound respect for anyone that posts anything. The amount of time and effort it takes is crazy. Then to make something and get 5 views. Oh, Sean, man, I'm telling you, so here we go. Let me see here. Let me see. All right, give me a second here. Okay, so I posted a link a couple times, and this is to a CPA. This is Sean's channel. All right, Sean made mention of his channel, and this is one of those things, man. It tugs at my heartstrings when there's new YouTubers. Okay, so I will watch new YouTubers' channels, and when I say new YouTubers, like sub 2,500, I'll watch you, and a lot of times I do watch. So, but the thing with Sean is, Sean is a CPA. I know nothing about accounting. I know very little about accounting. So Sean has a skill. Hold on 1 second. Alexa, turn on the lights. Sean has a skill that I know nothing about. So Sean has something interesting to teach me. Now, what I want you to understand about Sean's videos, Sean, are you using what what is it called? Because you're using like generic clips to illustrate what you're talking about in your videos. What service are you using? D-Dub said, I spent about an hour yesterday watching Carol Burnett Outtakes Whippers. Dude, yeah, First Love, he says, yo, Dash, what's going on, man? How you doing? Sean says, if you were starting today, what would be the 1 or 2 things that you would say are most important? Putting content out there is the most important thing, because the whole thing is your first videos are going to suck. Like, they are going to suck. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Your first couple videos are going to suck. But what's going to happen is you have to get that practice. You got to get that the muscle memory, and you got to get it out the way, right? And once you get it out the way, then you figure out what it is you like to do, what it is you like to talk about, how you are going to do what it is you are going to do. You need to stumble before you start running. And then once you start running, the people who are going to be with you and ride with you are going to be there. Um, yeah, Sean. I'm sorry, Grumpus. I already got it covered. You're the entertainer. Entertain being the goal. Don't think of it matter how long. I guess. Yeah, it's not even. Um, it's not even about entertaining, Russ. So, some people are entertaining. Some people are engaging. Some people are funny. Okay, well that's entertaining. Some people are captive. Like you can just they hold you captive. Like whatever it is, and I guess that's engaging. Gosh, I'm trying to think what else are endearing, informative. Okay, I try to be informative, and my my flavor of information is dosed with some of my personality. And one of the things that I got, so I talked to Justin from Baby Back Maniac yesterday, and anytime, Justin is such a nice guy. Like, I met Justin when I was down at Alton's house in 2019, and I have Justin's number, and I'm not one of these people who's gonna. Justin is over 100,000 subscribers, and I have less than 30,000. But if ever I need to reach out to Justin and I say, Justin, Justin is a student of YouTube, as I am a student of YouTube. I watched and I consume more YouTube content than I create. I'm going to say that again. I study, watch, and consume more content than I create. With that being said, I know what videos I like. I know what videos I don't like. I know what I like, what I don't like. So I use that as a metric on what I am doing in my own videos. So somebody who's like, "Oh, I'm going to post a video to YouTube," but what else are you watching on YouTube? I don't watch YouTube. How can you post to YouTube if you're not watching YouTube? You got to be a student of the game in order to master the game, you know? But some people just, yeah. Hello, Uncle Steve. How you doing? Bernie's Blue Line Barbecue says, "Hey, hey, yo, Dash. I hope you are well. I'm a little congested and sitting by myself right now, but I'm good." Sean says, "Pixel primarily. I'm working with the confidence to get in front of the camera. I think that would be my next post." Well, that's what's up, Sean. So I'm telling you, man, even if you continue to do what it is you're doing, but just take clips of you saying, because your narrations are great, dog, like great, and you use those stock photos or stock videos to kind of bolster what it is you have to talk about when you're talking about something boring. So those stock videos, those stock whatever is your B-roll, okay? So just think of it like if I'm cooking, I want to explain to you the concept. I want to explain to you what's going on, but when I want to show you the product, when I'm panning in front of the food, that's when you throw in your B-roll, okay? Your stock footage. Um Grumpus says, "Do you cook the book slow and slow?" Like Sean, I would love to reach out to you, dog, and talk shop, because I'm gonna have to figure out something. I think I've gotten to the point where I need to hire a CPA, because my YouTube income, I have a decent amount of stuff to write off. Like, this is half the time. Yeah, I agree with the first video suck. I like to think I'm making improvements, but it takes time, and I'm no professional, just having fun. And that's the thing, Neil. When it stops becoming fun and it becomes work, then it is work, and then you don't have, you're not approaching it from the same place. T Rock says, "What's up, Dash and Barbecue Crew?" You're so Neil, you're not approaching it from the same place, and it just is different, okay? And it is that. Dude, Sean, he says, "Neil, I'm cringing, but I'm going to keep going." Uh, I'm telling you, if you have you seen some of my early barbecue videos? But see, the thing is this, Sean, I I used to do animations on YouTube. Okay, I did animations for a long, long while, and that got me used to editing, kind of. And then I was like, all right, screw this. I have this thing I want to get off my chest. I want to say something, and I'm not going to post the animation because I was driving, right? And I wanted to like get the idea on video before I got home. So I did a one take like from my cell phone, and I was like, all right, you know what? It's not that bad being on video. And a lot of my early videos, which had nothing to do with barbecue, were all one take videos. All of them. I didn't know how to edit. So then once I finally did learn how to edit, it was like, oh, all right, you know, this whole editing thing, man, I don't have to mess up. And if I mess up, I don't have to start all over. I could just roll through it and then like kind of compose myself and give myself a visual cue like, all right. And now, you know, I'm gonna go do X, Y, and Z. So a lot of times when you see me doing a lot of things in the videos and then I like move my hand or do whatever, that's a visual cue to myself to say, okay, oh damn, I messed up. All right. Let me get myself together. All right, now I'm going to start talking. So, yeah. Uncle Steve, you know what? I have some, and I wish I could tell you. It's like a rice pudding. It's like an Indian rice pudding. And it wasn't sweet enough. Yo, I used some of the dessert shake in it. Man, so good. So I actually have some more of it downstairs. I might be going to get it and get some of that dessert shake and, you know, see one take two. Russ said he's nearing the red line. Dash giving all the tips. I'm here when you're ready. I'm actually working up a script about the truth about YouTube taxes. Um, so I have been treating my YouTube money, my YouTube income, as you know, small business, and actually created and did a whole bunch of small business things way earlier than I needed to, and it kind of bit me in the butt. But no pun intended. Yes. So I saw Uncle Steve. I was just not able to respond. I saw the messages about the rodeo. Yeah. Nah, man. No, that was back in the day, Sean. I know better now than to be trying to do one take stuff. Mm-mm. I know much better. It's one of those things, man. But when you don't know, and a lot of folks, I know a lot of people still like investment advice. Okay, I watched this guy. His name is Keenan Grace. Okay, Keenan does videos talking about what's going on in the market and stuff like that, and his videos are all one take. He's like, oh, you know, we keeping it real, we keeping it raw. He's built that into his videos now. So if he messes up, if he has a flub, like he's not editing that out. He's like simply using a webcam or his cell phone or something. And not for nothing, he's got a couple 100,000 subscribers. Doing much better than I am. So Neil says, okay, my friends, I have to go. You guys have yourselves a great evening. Thanks again for everything. Talk to you guys. Also, we'll see you next time. Bye for now. All right, Neil, you take great care, sir. All right, so Sean, do you have any other questions about YouTube? You know, obviously you are just kind of getting dipping your toes in, getting your feet wet. Um, but seriously, like anything I can help you with, like any tips or pointers, I would love to be able to help you out. So Sean says one take is a crazy skill. Correct. And the whole thing is you have to have your thoughts in order. And I feel like people who can, and this goes for when I do voiceovers as well. The voiceovers to me are way harder to do than sorry than a one take video, because you have the video and like it's one of those things where let's say I have a time lapse of me doing like cutting up something or trimming or doing whatever, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to tell you what I'm doing while I'm watching it happen. So the once over, the voiceover rather, I have to keep in mind what it is I'm doing, what it is I did, and try to talk to what I'm doing on screen in about real time. It's trippy because you're like, okay, first I'm gonna cut up this onion, then I'm gonna cut up this pepper, and then I'm like, all right, well, I know I cut up the vegetables, but what order did I cut them up in? And I have to talk about it in the correct order, or say, all right, well, first I cut up the, oh, all right, I cut up the onions. All right, then next thing I cut up the, oh, damn, I cut up the onions or the peppers, and it is nuance all over. Terry, he says, hey, yo, Dash. Uh, let's see. Russell says, switch YouTube accounts. It wouldn't let me see the chat just now, but I had I had to get both thumbs up. Well, I appreciate you, Russ. Definitely do. Let's see. My YouTube says I've wanted to start a channel for a year now. I've made my first video. Would you watch it before it's published to tell me how bad it is? My YouTube, I'm sure it's not that bad, dude. But here's the thing. You can send me a link on Instagram with the video. My Instagram is Steel Drum Smokers on Instagram, or you can send me an email and let's see, email MD Steel Drum Smokers at gmail.com. And actually, it reminds me, somebody hit me up a while ago about being on a podcast, and I'm like, I just haven't replied. Just been having a lot going on lately. Terry, yes, you ever tried doing VO voiceover from a script and edit it to match wait. You ever tried doing voiceover from script, then edit video to match the voiceover? No. I am not good reading from a script. I will stumble over my words. Like, if I have to read something, it is just like I can read out loud, but I end up like it's one of those things. I can talk all day long. Y'all know that. But if I start to read and just thinking about it, I yawn. Like, it's just one of those things where I'm like reading to me is like, it's almost like equated to bedtime, and how how you could read to your kids at night and put them to sleep. That's how I would do. So reading out loud to me is like subconsciously like Pavlov reaction to yawn when I read out loud. It's bad. Steven says voice is harder, but I have no choice. My house is noisy. Yeah, I understand. I gotta watch the fishing YouTubers, and their voiceover game is insane. Yo, Sean, it's a learned skill. I'm telling you. Just like me being comfortable on camera, it's years and years and years of practice. So, case in point, this is one of those things I don't talk about very often. I am the president of the Community Improvement Association for my neighborhood. Well, the Baltimore Sun, so big paper in Baltimore, the biggest newspaper in Baltimore actually, the Baltimore Sun, someone from the Baltimore Sun reached out to me and they said, hey, we want to do an interview on you or with you about being president of this particular neighborhood association. I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. Talked to the guy for about a half an hour, 45 minutes on my way home from work. I'm like, yo, I'm just driving. If you don't mind road noise, I'll answer your questions. He's like, cool with me. So we get to talking, and after the interview was done, he said, hey, I would like to send someone out to take pictures of you in front of your community sign. And I'm like, okay. Well, this is where the sign is. These two cross streets. He's like, all right. So when the lady went to take my picture, I'm like, oh, hey, let me turn it on. Like, she's like, man, I didn't even have to like prompt you. I didn't even have to like tell you to smile or do this or do that. And I'm like, yeah, I'm like, it's a learned skill to be able to turn that on like instantly, to be like bubbly and bright and happy, and like you're your I'm gonna say your body language, okay, has to come off as a positive note. So I don't know what, and it's funny, I'm wearing my hat because my head was cold, right? I'm wearing my hat because we outside, and she finally was like, "Oh, well, can you take off your hat?" And I was like, "All right," I took off my hat. And actually, I think it was last Wednesday I did this photo shoot. Um, and I took off my hat, and she's like taking pictures, and I'm like, "Oh well, daggone. Well, now that I took my hat off, do you want to do all those pictures again from like from the top?" She's like, "No, no, no, we won't do them all from the top. I'm gonna get a couple of like this and that, and she's like, well, go ahead and she's like, watch that car drive by. I'm like, oh, the candid shots, and she's like, yeah, you know what I'm doing. I'm like, yeah, I know what you're doing. It's one of those things where, but it's all of the time that I put into making videos on YouTube is all part of what makes it comfortable and what makes it easier. Victor says maybe mention that the algorithm might not like you, might not like our comments, even when nothing bad or controversial was said. So it's one of those things. So Victor has been victim of disappearing comments or comments being marked as spam. Unfortunate as it may be, hold on, I'm getting hot now. Um, and there's a couple reasons to why that might be the case. Um, it could be the frequency in which you post. It could be something, a keyword or something in what you posted, like word wise. Links, if you post a link, a URL in a YouTube video, it will almost get like destroyed. Thank you, Steven. I appreciate you. Stop it, Russ. Don't tell her. It's just like on Demolition Ranch. There's only one rule of the demolition. Don't tell Mayor. All right? Don't tell Laura. My YouTube says I do the same thing. People think I have a third grade reading level when I clearly have sixth graders. Reading in my head is fine though. Yep, I can like comprehension, reading comprehension. I can read, man. I just can't read out loud. Sean, you watch Addicted Fishing Show. I know some of them. The yawning thing is a thing though, with a name. Yeah, yeah, I'm sure there is a condition, and the whole thing is like, it's crazy because I can almost yawn on demand. You keep talking about yawning, and I'm going to yawn. It's like, oh, I'll be talking and somebody will read, like I'll be reading someone's comment, and it's like, oh yeah, blah 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 dash. Hey, thanks for doing this, and they put the word yawn in there, and I'm like, oh my god, like I'm fighting it right now, like trying. There it is, like it's almost on demand. You can't say the Y word. Um, Sean says I have to check it out, Victor. I watched Lojo, Brian Latimer, Mark Daniels Jr., some Texas March guys, yeah. Tone down the customer service, Mr. Jeez. Mm-mm. What up, Johnny? How you doing this evening? So Johnny is another one, man. Johnny can tell you. Johnny used to post this. So someone asked me about posting videos. Does posting videos on a certain day of the week, is it better than others? So I'm a firm believer of posting videos during the week. And I said I'm a firm believer of posting videos during the week because I know I watch more YouTube videos during the week. Johnny is someone who's, I won't say stopped, but he has pivoted from posting his videos on Saturdays to posting his videos on Sundays. And then he even posted his last video. Today is Wednesday. It was either Monday night or Tuesday night. He posted, or I don't say night, it was evening. He posted his latest video of him acquiring a new cooker. And I'm not to put you on the spot, Johnny, but how has that video done in comparison to a video that has gone up on a Saturday? Jesus Stevens says sometimes I speed up the clips or slow down to match the voiceovers. In the beginning, I had a lot of space between sentences, but now I don't unless I really speed up the clip with effects. Nice. I'm telling you, Steven, it just like it comes with time. Like you figure it out. If you haven't already, let's hit that thumbs up button. I appreciate you, Jimmy. There's too many of y'all with the same or similar. There's Johnny, there's Jimmy, there's John, Steven, there's Terry, there's Grumpus. All right, D1 says, night all, got an early morning. Peace and stay safe. Yes, you do the same. Thank you so very much for hanging out. Really do appreciate it. Victor says, sorry, Dash, about the side fishing chat. Nah, no worries. Spring salmon season is just around the corner. Getting a bit excited. Dog, y'all sidebars, don't worry about that. Russ said, I can't even figure out editing. Yeah, I am. I keep saying I'm contemplating looking into another editing software, and there's a lot of people who are using DaVinci Resolve. And they're like, oh man, DaVinci is a great free resource. It's a great free editing. The couple times I've looked into it, I'm like, yo, this is so different than what I'm used to. I'm just gonna go back to what it is I'm doing. Experiment, rank 7 last 10. All right, so Johnny says he answered my question. He said it has not done well. That was an experiment. It is ranked 7 of my last 10 videos. The video I posted last Saturday is ranked number 2 on my last 10. Now, one thing, Johnny, you have to keep in mind, that was a surprise video, and excuse me, you also post your videos early in the morning. I would like to see you post another video during the week and you post like 5 o'clock your time. I would like to see another video posted during the week at that normal time slot, but just on a different day of the week, and see if it changes. Now, also, it could have been the subject matter, because that cooker is kind of a finite thing. So maybe if you posted a cook, because I think the last video or 2 videos you did last Saturday, you cooked something, and whatever it is you cooked like was great. At least Friday morning or Saturday morning. Yep. Johnny says he thinking Friday morning or Saturday morning. Have you tried Power Director? No, I have not. So let's see here. Power Director. Best video editing experience. Power Director video quality is developed by Cyberlink. I'm not gonna say I don't even want to put that on my computer, but Cyberlink is one of those things that comes on a computer like a bloatware type of situation. I'm good. I'm good. I had to look into it maybe, but I nope. Like it's just. Mm-mm. It just rubbed me the wrong way when you put this stuff on my computer, and then when I'm like, yo, I don't want this on my computer. Like, yeah, you paid some money for it to be on a computer, but I don't want you. I don't want this, and it's very difficult to get off of my computer. So, yeah, just not my thing. Anybody else have any questions about YouTube? Like behind the scenes stuff. The DaVinci Resolve has been the next bit of software that I've thought about doing something. Grumpus says all software is hard when it's unfamiliar, especially if you are proficient with what you are using now. Yeah, man, I am definitely proficient at what I'm using now. Obviously, I know where everything is, and I know how to do almost everything. So, me starting from scratch is just not something I want to do. Like, I don't want to do it at all. Russ said 90% of my problem lies in his PC. The desktop guys are throwing it out. Probably 6 ago. Oh my gosh. He's got a 6-year-old computer, dude. I couldn't take it. My current laptop that I'm using is a year old now. No, it's not a year old. Is it? I bought it. I can look. Friggin', why am I gonna guess? let's see when I can't remember if it was in August of 2020 or if it was in August of 2021. Excuse me. March of 2021. So I have not had this computer for a year yet. And the difference between my current laptop that I'm using, which is an HP Omen, it's a 17.3 inch gaming laptop, i7 8750H, VR ready, NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1070, 4K, 64 gig of RAM, 512 SSD, 2 terabyte HDD, HDMI, Thunderbolt, and then a mini display. So I bought this laptop. Like I was looking for a gaming laptop for sure. And the reason why is because I knew I was going to be doing a video editing. And the gaming laptops had similar, if not like, ability for video editing. So that's why I bought this laptop. And like hands down, the SSD, the 64 gigs of RAM, like I notice it, especially when this one has some problems. It was refurbished, and every now and again it will kind of like lock up, and I have to disconnect the battery, like open it up, disconnect the battery, plug it in, reconnect the battery, and then it'll work fine. And I've gone to use my old laptop, and I'm like, oh my god, this thing is so slow. So Russ, I can only imagine what you're dealing with a laptop that's 6 years old. Johnny said this weekend I'm going to post the beginner video, a simple explanation of drip pans and water pans. I like to teach newbies, give people tools, and they can make whatever they want. That is admirable, Johnny. And dude, it works. There are people who need that information. Steven says Power Director and Cinemaster are good, but more designed for phones. Yep. Grumpus says Resolve is my next endeavor. 2022 resolution. Yep. Jimmy says, how can I compensate for the difference in quality of my two cameras doing a two-shot? You have to set the cameras at similar settings. So you have to go into the settings in the cameras, and what two cameras is it that you have, Jimmy? Because like the settings, you should be able to find like settings to make sure that you are filming in the same almost file format and like frame rate and size. And that'll help. It should help a lot. What are your methods for video storage and file organization? So, oh man, I keep my files. So I have my files. I don't want to say ashamed, but I have a network attached storage, right? And you can't see it because it's behind me. But I have, so let's just pretend this is a hard drive. This isn't a hard drive. This is a battery bank. But I have a 5 terabyte hard drive that I do all of my editing and work on for my videos. I take the videos off of the SD cards from my laptop and I save them to my portable hard drive. Okay, and I'll kind of walk you through my workflow. I take them off of the SD card, move them to the hard drive. I put them, from the hard drive onto or into the video editing software. I do what I need to do, and then I will save the videos onto my external hard drive. I do not save any videos on my laptop per se. Once I have the videos saved on my hard drive, like the raw footage as well as the edited footage, I then have network attached storage. So I have a It's a 30 terabyte network attached storage device set up on the network at in my house. So what I do is I sync my portable drive to my network attached storage so that I have a backup of like a redundant backup of those files and the videos and everything like that. So every video I've ever filmed is all on that network attached storage. Every single video from all of the video cameras I've ever used and had, I have every single bit of film, like every single bit. So my storage solution is not like other folks' storage solution, Justin. Jerry says, have I ever smoked picanha? Never smoked it. I always do it hot and fast. Hell, everybody, everything for me is new. I don't mind paying some money. I just want to be easy, easy, easy. So any suggestions? Victor, you might have to like get someone to consult with, and they can kind of get you to like the best setup. But I don't know what that best setup is going to be for you and your specific situation. Steven said I started with Power Director, but ended up using Cinemaster because it's a lot of features for the free version. Yep. Yeah. Sorry, Jerry. I apologize. I'm behind in the comments. So Johnny answered my question, or answered the question for me. He said the only true way to do that perfectly is to have two of the same camera and then set all the settings the same. Even having two of the same camera and setting the cameras, setting the settings the same, they're not going to be perfect. I learned that in the videos, the Acid Dash videos, where I had two Luminex G85s, and the one camera, because of the way that it was zoomed in, the light, it was almost like there was a shadow on my face, but just because of the ISO was like higher than the other, you could tell the difference from. So see like how there's extra light on my face now versus there's not that extra bit of light. Okay. The one would pick up because it was at two different angles, and the one was picking up more light than the other. So thanks. Get an NAS as soon as you can afford one. Yeah, Grumpus, correct. Backup NAS to offsite, i.e. the cloud. Problem with doing that is my cable provider will probably kick me off of my like they would stop being my ISP if I were to start backing up everything out to the cloud. That one thing. Second thing is I don't think I can afford how much cloud storage I need. Grumpus, I have terabytes of video footage. Terabytes of video footage. If I look out right now and see how much storage is out there. Let's see here. Let's see if this is my correct password. Yeah, I remember my password. Oh, says my device is offline. Crap, hold up. Let's just go in through. Nah, it's online. All right, so my NAS is comprised of four 10 terabyte hard drives, which means that I have 27.1 terabyte hard drive, 27.1 terabytes of hard drive space available. Okay, currently, or in total, currently I have 17.3 terabytes free. So you can do that math. I have 10 terabytes of data on my NAS. Okay. And I mean, there's plenty of video files. I have lots of music from like, music, okay? Backups of old computers, backups of old cell phones. Like I want to say I'm a digital hoarder, okay? Because I keep everything. You know why I keep everything? Because I made that investment. The NAS cost me like $400. The hard drives cost me $200 each, and I have four 10 terabyte hard drives. I built this NAS like to withstand the time of withstand time. Yeah, Russ, don't do it. Back up to a cheap USB external, and then keep your keep it in your desk at work. So yes. So speaking of that, Grumpus, I also have a separate off-site storage. I have a 12 terabyte external hard drive that I'm not, because of all of the storage that I have on my uh on the NAS, it has not surpassed that 12 terabytes in size yet. So I, like, once every 6 months or so, I back that up to an external hard drive. And that external hard drive is usually one of two places. It's either on my person, in my book bag that I carry around, or it does sit in my desk at work. All-site storage, like, really. But yeah, man, I'm like, images of computers, catering notes. We got video editing software, pictures, files from when I was teaching, tax documents, sticker files. I did a slideshow when my sister-in-law passed away. I did a slideshow for her, so there's a folder for that. Miscellaneous documents, phone card stuff, like backup of my Firefox profile, downloads, backups. So backups of I think I have backups of 3 or 4 computers. When I say backups of those computers, like stuff I've downloaded and images and other things like that, memes. Oh my gosh, work stuff. I need to look in here actually. Phone numbers, voicemail script, contact list. Yeah, that's not what I want. And then my clearance letter, data. Yeah, that's just Mozilla. So Firefox backup. My documentation. So charts, personal files, batch files. I used to carry around a thumb drive that I called it Buggy, right? Because I bought a 1 terabyte hard drive, and this is, I mean, not hard drive, a one. Actually, it wasn't even one. It was 1 gig, 1 gig thumb drive. Okay, this is how long ago this was. I bought a 1 gig thumb drive, and I paid $65 for it, and it was on sale, and I was like, oh my god, 1 gigabyte of storage. This is so much storage. I'm never going to fill it up. I filled it up in a matter of weeks, and then went and bought another one, and I got it on sale too. And I got it on sale for $50, and I was like, "Oh my god, $50! Like, how did I manage to get on such a discount? $50. It was on sale." And I called one of them Horse and the other was Buggy, right? And there were these two 1 gigabyte thumb drives. So that was the Buggy backup, and I used to keep utilities and things like that on Buggy. So Mozilla stuff, work stuff, like, oh my gosh, man, phone list, MP3 scrub. Oh man, I had this batch script, and I was so proud of this batch script. um, if you knew anyone who downloaded music back in the day, like via torrents, the scrub batch file that I ran or had, it would take away any file that wasn't MP3. Um, and like, so it was just great. Looking back at it again, Server Center, new addition to Mac Family now. Oh wait, no. I just so ebooks, first temp, some more documents, my resume, some stuff I did for a church back in the day. I mean, like, I've saved all of it. Uh, Data hoarder. Yep. Grumble says I'm preaching to the choir. My storage is a mess. 10 USB drives, a 2 terabyte external hard drive, and 3 cloud accounts, but all of them just have random stuff all over the place. Need to organize it. So and I'll tell you, I've gotten a little bit better. Okay, Justin. No, I don't want to go pee. I'm gonna go back to Zeus. All right. So I have, and one of the things too. So I have my folders are numbered so that they're ordered, right? I have 1 videos, 2 applications, 2 this is other default file, 3 is music, 4 pictures, 5 is our videos, number 6 is our docs, 7. The whole thing is because you number the folder and it goes to a specific. It gets numbered, okay? Because you organize it by name and it's numbered out. You know, so and I would number the stuff that I wanted to be up top, and then anything else just kind of fell into line. So our videos, okay. So if I like dig down into our videos, I have video camera files, and in the video camera files folder, I have 1 edited YouTube video. So any video that I have edited out to YouTube, and those are the files from the editing software as well as the finished videos that I've done. The state videos were those animations that I used to do way back in the day. Artist Man, I did the whole Artist Man, like that month of the Artist Man stuff. Background music, some videos for Taste Lesson #1 from his old classmates. Corel video library backup. Okay. Then I have videos broken down into the cameras that I've used. So the DHC HX9V, the DSC, these are Sony's, the Sony DSC HX80, the HX90V, the HX99, and then the HX99 once I got it refurbished and they sent it back. So the whole thing is I know, like, I can look at the dates on those videos and say, okay, this video happened, or I use the video I'm looking for, I had it on this particular camera. All right. So I have all of those videos. And then now I have, I mean, like, I had a flip camera back in the day. I have those videos. The G85, the Luminex G85, I have the A camera and the B camera. I know which videos I have for those. The GoPros, I have the GoPro Black 8, I have the GoPro Hero 4. iPhone images. So my work phone, if I ever had to take pictures or video from my work phone because something else was going on and I had nothing else to take, I have those images and those videos. I had a JVC camera back in the day. I have a camera called it's called New HX9V Cam. And like I ended up moving those, like, it's just weird. Like my filing convention is not the best. Then I have old cam temp, old Sony cam. All right. A lot of those are like redundant videos where I have like moved everything into a folder specifically, but just never got rid of that parent folder. Recovered camera videos, royalty-free music, the RX100 Mark 7. That's my current camera I'm using. So some work videos from my wife. Fire, Sydney's Fire. What is that? Oh, my daughter's Fire, the Amazon Fire. I backed up pictures and things like that from her, and then it's like video camera, video capture. So like from the video editing software, they put up a whole capture folder, and then like memes and downloads and other things like that. And that's just how my naming convention is. So then if I were to deep that or like drill down into the folders specifically, some of the folders will have subfolders, like the trip that I went to Germany. All of those videos where I went to Germany, I put them all into one specific folder. But for the most part, I just dump everything into these camera specific folder, and I search, or I know when things happen because of the date in which they happened. So I just kind of like do it that way. So hopefully, Justin, that makes some sense. Grumpus says 84 terabytes and 3 NAS units here. Grumpus, weird flex, but okay. Russ says I have a 2 terabyte password attached, but my processing speed, yeah. Let's see. Sean says he's got a bug out thumb drive, yeah. Russ says Napster, I've noticed that some channels' playlists are well done, others not. Any suggestions on when getting started? So the playlist used to be something I would pride myself on because I could set up videos to automatically go onto the playlist, but YouTube has kind of taken that feature away. You create a playlist and you used to be able to auto add videos to the playlist. Not anymore. So all that means, or what that means, is if someone has a really good playlist game, they are probably taking the time to add or have the time to add videos to playlists. And that's basically it. Let's see. Laura says, "Hey Dash and all, sitting for a minute. Is GoPro worth the cost over DJI?" I'm not sure, Sean. I use my GoPro primarily for time lapses, and because I don't have any experience using the DJI, and I tell you, Spanky from Spanky's Barbecue sent me his son's old GoPro. That's the GoPro 4 that I have. Uh, GoPro Hero 4. And the whole thing was, I'm like, man, what am I supposed to do with this GoPro? Like, I don't know what I'm going to do with the GoPro. And then I figured out how to use it. The best way for me to use the GoPro was time lapses. GoPro, like, by far has the best time lapses. I have done time lapses around my house of things that have gotten done that you guys haven't seen, like the concrete pad. I We had an extension done on the concrete pad. I had the deck built on the back of my house. You guys haven't seen that. The roof got replaced on my garages. Now this is all over the past year and some change. So it's not like this happened like yesterday. Um, what else have I done? Oh, like road trips down to my mother-in-law's house in Florida. Having a GoPro set up, road trips, period, having a GoPro set up, it's dope. Time lapses on a GoPro are fantastic. Justin said, "Is there any way to repair corrupt video files, or should I delete them to free up space?" There are some video editing softwares that tout the ability to fix stuff, but more often than not, if it's corrupted, it's corrupt, man. Like, you do yourself a favor and not forget it, but just like, it's one of those things, man, where you're gonna spend more time and frustration trying to figure out how to fix it than if you just move on and do it again. Um, Stop it, Victor. Don't be telling her to get the Beyond counter out. Thank you, Laura. Thank you. So I am sitting here and I'm uncomfortable because I'm not in a comfortable seat tonight. I was doing a whole bunch of yawning earlier, but I have since, I won't say stopped, but I haven't been yawning as much. But I'm about to go get another drink from the refrigerator. I did not buy any energy drinks today, so, and I had a heck of a time last night. So we have an upstairs kitchen and a downstairs kitchen. Our upstairs kitchen is where our laundry, wash and dryer is, and we had not a pipe, but the hot water supply on the washing machine. It didn't burst. It just like came off of the barb fitting, and it flooded the upstairs kitchen last night at 11:30. Yeah, and I didn't go to bed until 3 o'clock or so this morning. So pretty darn tired. Lawrence says, "Grab me one, please." All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and maybe I was gonna say I'm gonna get another drink and sit here and talk some more with you guys, but Justin said I have 4 days of a 7-day cruise worth of videos corrupt because I moved them to an external drive. A lot of vlogging that I hate to lose. Ah, Justin, it's one of those things. I would kind of need to see it to understand what the problem is, and if it's actually a problem or if you moved it before. Like, so one of the things I have as a rule, I do not delete the footage from my SD card until I know it is safe on my NAS. Okay. So I will save it to my computer locally, or I will save it to my external hard drive that I use to process stuff. But I don't delete it off of the SD card until I have that external hard drive backed up to my network attached storage to make sure that there's no problem. Um, yep. Yeah, Laura. So I was talking about how my house was divided into a duplex, so it was like two apartments when we moved in. If you walked in the front door, you walked into the first floor. Actually, I'm sorry. If you walked in the front door, you walked into the second floor. Like you went directly upstairs, and there was a back room, a kitchen, like a kitchen and a kitchenette type thing, and then it had like a two other bedrooms. So it was three bedrooms more or less, or like a two-bedroom and a living room and a eating kitchen. And the kitchen had a small stove, a sink, a refrigerator, and like the table in the middle of the kitchen. Um, when we moved in, we took down the wall that separated the two houses or two like apartments. So we have one big house now. But we kept the kitchen sink upstairs, the refrigerator, and the little stove. We don't do anything or have never used the stove. It's been off the 16 years, 17 years we've been in this house. But we moved the washer and dryer upstairs into that kitchen. So from our bedroom, we could just walk down to the laundry room more or less. And that is what it is, right? So the pipe or the fitting on the hose for the hot water, it popped off yesterday. And taste tester number two was downstairs, and he saw water dripping into the kitchen downstairs, and he alerted my wife and I. Well, he alerted my wife, and my wife alerted me. And when I say, my goodness, my wife and I went into full-on crisis panic, remediation mode, and luckily there were some clothes on the floor that were about to get washed in the laundry room, and like all of the clean towels we had in the house were all like thrown on the floor to sop all of the water up. It was just it was a mess. It was a mess. It was a mess. Uh yeah. Yeah, Justin, it's one of those things, man. I could tell you about how I lost double digit terabytes of data. Double digit terabytes of data. And I vowed, I'm like, nope, never again. Vic, it's time for me to get to bed. Good night, all. Good night. Oh, man, that was a big one. That was a good one for you, Laura. Um, so, kitchen in my bedroom. No, the kitchen, there's a whole separate room where the upstairs kitchen is. So the way my house is, I'm in one of the bedroom. I'm in our bedroom, my wife and I's bedroom now. Next to us is my daughter, and then there's the upstairs kitchen, and then through the upstairs kitchen is the boys' room. And then off of the kitchen, or before you get to the kitchen in the hallway, like if you walk straight down the hallway, is the upstairs bathroom. And we still call it upstairs kitchen, even though it's the laundry room. But there's a refrigerator, a stove, an oven, and a sink, plus the washer and dryer. So it is the upstairs kitchen. And let's see. Everyone else's houses should know how to shut them. Everyone in the house should know how to shut the main off. Yeah, it's one of those things, Russ. Um, I've told my son how to do it because he will help me sometimes if I have a bad shut off and I can't turn the water off to a specific place when I'm working on something. They'll know how to usually turn it back on. I'm the one that turns it off, and I'll direct them to turn it back on. But everyone should think house fire and total data loss. You need to make your plan now. Yep, I completely agree, Grumpus. So one of the things, Grumpus, that I would do is that that hard drive that I carry with me or have with me now and or keep at work. I have a fireproof safe. I would I would back up my data to that every quarter or so, whenever I remembered. But it was about quarterly, and I would put it back into the fireproof safe. So yeah, make it a part of the bedroom. Nah, my mom was thinking of getting a new stove. I said check the fuses. Shoot, I wish. I'm not. I know better than they're like, oh, the first thing we're gonna do is buy a new stove. No, no, no. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. If you have not already, please hit that thumbs up button for me. I greatly appreciate it. I know we did not talk very, very much about YouTube and how to YouTube. I changed seal seats, tubs, sinks. Changed some floats in the toilets. Yeah, man, me too. I've changed toilets. I know, so say Dash, I got an uncle that can fix that, but not going quarantine. Guarantee his work. It may cause more down. Oh no, I have the hoses and everything that's already ready to be fixed. I just haven't done it yet. I am very proficient. The washer and dryer, my father-in-law and I moved it from our first floor to where it is currently, and he and I did the work. It's just sometimes I'm lazy and I don't want to do the work myself, but I am not above getting it done. It's just a matter of being like, all right, I'm going to do it right now. And that's usually what I don't say problem, but usually what it is. True shade, true jack of all trades. Me too, Jack. Me too. All right. Good night. Good night. Good night, Laura. Thank you so very much for popping in. I really appreciate it. Might be too bit more still my stuff. Can choose to come home, fly out at 5:45. Oh goodness. Well, Laura, if I don't talk to you, you definitely have safe travels and good. Best of luck to you, in your move. I really appreciate you hanging out for sure. Russ says good night all, but Dash talking computer and storage is talking YouTube. Yeah. D Dubs, see you next week too, sir. I mean, again, this is one of those things you never know what we're gonna talk about, and like storage is key. Grumpus is absolutely correct. You know, ask me how I know. I lost a substantial amount of data, substantial amount of data, and like I was sick when I realized how much data I lost. Like sick, sick. So I said, you know what? Nope, 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 nope. Hey, look. Before I forget, check out Sean's YouTube channel. Sean is a contributor here on Wednesdays. Jimmy says night Dash. Talk to you soon. Yes, indeed. Laura says thank you, Dash. I hope no rain that day. Yeah, I hope no rain for you that day too. If you haven't already, please check out Sean's channel. He has like 20 some odd subscribers, and help make his day. Help him out. All right, I'm done with the hat. I need to shave. I haven't shaved my head, being lazy. But my head was cold earlier, and then I just kept the hat on. All right, guys. So you guys have a good evening, and we will do this again. Thanks for all the great info. I know. Peace out to you too. I lost 3 drives of ransomware 3 years ago. Lesson learned. I'm not even gonna talk to you about it, man. Grumpus, I lost. It was like 11 or 12 terabytes of data because I had a NAS controller. It wasn't even a NAS controller. It was like a hard drive controller go bad. And because the controller went bad, it made the drives that were connected to it go bad. And I had the drive set up in JBOD. Okay, so RAID 0. All right, I think it's RAID 0. Yo, the RAID controller died, and it screwed up everything, and I lost so much data, so much data. I was like, know what? Never again. Search the terabytes for old crypto. I wish. Yeah, I'm telling you. I used to download TV shows and movies and everything like that, and like, dog, I'm not even like, I'm telling you, it was like between 10 and 12 terabytes of data lost because of this RAID controller failing. Yeah, yeah. When I say sick, I was sick, Grumpus, sick. And because I had a backup of my music. Now my music, I have, I mean, shoot, 4 or 5 terabytes of music, and like music from all different generations, all different genres, all different everything. And like that's one of the things I pride myself, my music collection, because goodness gracious. But anyway, I'm gonna get out of here because I gotta get to bed. I was up late, too late. I was up too late last night into this morning. Grandma says I stole that stuff fair and square. Yeah, then lost it all, dude. I mean, my goodness, it was it was a sad day. Like when I realized I lost that RAID controller, I turned off the server for like a year or two. Like I didn't even turn it back on. That's how bad it was. And I was able to um so this like goodness, just when I yeah, I mean, oh gosh, I don't even want to talk about it anymore. Anyway, I'm just gonna say thank you so very much again for hanging out. Laura, you be easy, take great care. I'll see you guys next time. If you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up button for me. And thank you guys who are watching this on a replay. Just comment like OG replay user down below. And I know you watched the replay all the way to the end. All right. So stop putting salt in it. Oh, I know, Russ. Just that's how I feel, man. I'm like, damn it. Every time I think about the loss of all that data, it just makes me like I'm getting heartburn right now thinking about it again. Like, damn it. All right, I'm gone.